Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to Assorted Sundries Recreation Corner. Hmm, what am I talking about? You guys. You guys is who I'm talking about today. I thought it would be nice. Maybe we could do this monthly, or if you guys send me a whole bunch in, maybe we'll do it every other week. But I have been at this a long time, this hair tutorialing. And a lot of you out there have done my hairstyles. A lot of the time you don't tag me though, but since I am incredibly narcissistic sometimes, I Google myself. I Google torrinpaige. Because it's kind of nice to see. That's how I sneakily look at y'all's blogs and things, because most of you are kind enough to mention where you learned a particular hairstyle. So then I go and I take a gander and see what you've done. And I have to say, by and large, I am proud of myself because I apparently taught people correctly because their hair keeps turning out awesome. So granted, I'm sure that probably has to do with y'all's skills, but still, I'm just going to pat myself on the back a little there because there is beautiful hair happening in the world, and I have played a very small part in that, which makes me like stoked. So I mentioned it, I think it was last month, but don't quote me on that because we all know my brain doesn't brain. That if you guys didn't mind when you sent me pictures and stuff, I would love to do a feature because I really think that it would be helpful. It's helpful for me because I can see where maybe I didn't clarify well enough. Like some of you guys have sent me in pictures like, I'm this far, this isn't working, what have I done wrong? And sometimes it's something real simple, and sometimes I can't quite figure out where you went wrong. But when it's the simple things, I'm like, oh, I should have clarified exactly how to do that because this will make sense. And sometimes it's just because our hair textures are super different, and you guys have had to figure out ways to make something work for your particular hair where it was something I didn't have to think about because it just worked on mine. I think you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Any hoodles, I just kind of wanted to feature some of you guys and your beautiful hairstyles that you have managed to recreate that were mine. So we've only got 6 pictures today. Small one. We have 2 from one gal because she's been busy this week, but we're going to go in reverse alphabetical order just because. Okay, first up is Liz, and she did the alley. You guys can see this. It's the one where we did the triangle braids that crossed over. It's a half up. And it looks really good. Liz and I have almost the exact same hair texture. So anytime Liz attempts something, she almost always nails it because I think she actually does always nail it, quite frankly, because our hair is pretty much the same. So she can just do what I did and ta-da, there you go. So yay, Liz, looks great. Next up is Kim. Kim is one of my beloveds. I love Kim. She's just awesome. So Kim, she just recently did the woven pinned thing that we did last week. Now, Kim is awesome though because Kim, her hair is like silky. She has the hair that I wish I had, like my hair felt like her hair. So sometimes her pins and such slip. So she refinangled this hairstyle to make it stay better for her. Because of course she did. And as you can see, Kim's looks better than mine. That happens a lot, you guys. I teach you how to do a style and then I get pictures sent in and y'all's looks better. Yay. Then I know I've succeeded. So Kim's is awesome. And Kim actually, I believe, has at least 6 to 8 inches more hair than I do. So, yay. Next up is one of my Instagram girls. I'm probably not going to pronounce this correctly because this is me. And you will notice I have to read. Jovansa? Jovansa, I'm not sure, but she did the Leia buns from last year, you know, the little doubles, because you guys know I usually do Leia buns on May 4th, and I just switch up the braids to make them cute, and I never put them here because it's just not my bag. But this is adorable. This is totally adorable. Yes, I actually much prefer any of my double buns on girls with fine hair, because then it looks cute. On me, they kind of look like the centers of Volkswagen hubcaps, you know, like the moons, the old bugs. Oh, I've just lost half my audience because y'all are young. It just looks, they look really kind of big and unwieldy on me. But I think on my fine hair girls, double buns is one of the cutest hairstyles ever. Okay, next up is Joni. Joni's been trying all kinds of stuff lately, but I picked this one because, oh, Joni, this is a rose bun, but she added a scarf for color and to make her coils bigger. And she also made my hairpins that I made back in like 2008, 2009. I showed you guys how to bend knitting needles and do epoxy and beads to make them decorated. She made a set. Look how pretty hers are. So, I mean, and look how fancy this is. This looks so fancy, and it's not. It's just a rope braid bun with some pretty stuff added to it. And it looks like it took her forever. Yay! So that's Joni. And she looks like her hair's so shiny. I'm going to guess that she's one of my girls that's right on the verge of that really silky, or she's fine hair, but has a ton of it kind of deal. And lastly, Jennifer, who has been one of my Facebook friends for a while, she actually did 2 of them this week and sent me pictures, and I'm so excited. First, she did, did we do video games last month before? So she did the Tomb Raider Sophia. Here it is. And Jennifer is one of my gals with fine silk hair. It actually looks a lot like my husband's. But yeah, her Sophia looks 100 times better than mine, because this is a style that's just really meant for that. Look how soft and pretty it is. It looks so much better than mine did. So I'm a winner because it looks this good. But also, and I'm very delighted, because you'll notice everybody, I've just done back of the headshots, you know, as it were, but she was kind enough to send me one with her beautiful face and said it was totally okay for me to use it. So she just did the Kirsten that we did on Wednesday. And you see, hers is not a giant mound like mine was. Hers looks like so sweet and elven. And she did leave the front down, which is awesome. She did report in that there's just no way her hair would support a necklace in it. But she added sparkles because she's one of my girls. Hello. But I mean, you guys, my ladies with fine hair always say, I can't do this. I don't have enough hair. I can't do this. There were 2 pictures right there of a gal with silky fine hair who not only did my hairstyles, but made them look even better. See, you can do it. I seriously though, this just looks so soft and beautiful. I love it. I love it. Any hoodles. Okay, ladies that were featured, thank you so much for sending me in pictures. You hopefully will be able to see how delighted I am. But I think this is good because we can see some different hair textures doing the styles that I do, because we know that, I think Michaela just asked me if I ever did a video on texture. I haven't. Mine is, I have thick hair. I have, what is it? 2AB, medium coarse. I am medium coarse. I'm not a silky hair girl, but I am not as coarse as it could be. I'm sort of right in the middle. I have a lot of it, which we know that. A lot of people tell me often that my hair is fine, but it's not. Like when they meet me in person, they realize that is absolutely not the case. But my hair texture, I do certain things on. And then other people with different hair textures, like maybe they're more on the coarse side, or they are all the way over on the very fine side. And sometimes they struggle with what I do. Or Sometimes they manage it. It just looks a little different because I have a giant pile of hair and they have less because that's just the way their genetics work. But it doesn't mean that the hairstyles won't still look amazing. It may not look exactly like whatever I did, but that doesn't mean it's not going to look awesome. So I encourage you to try them. So often I get questions in, will this work on my hair? How am I supposed to try it? A lot of times, I'm not exactly sure what goes on occasionally with y'all in my comment section that ask my permission to do things. Because sometimes you ask me, well, I don't like rope braids. Can I do this with an English braid? Of course you can. Of course you can do it with an English braid. You can do it with a 4-strand. You can do it with whatever braid you want. Switch up your braids. Do whatever you want. I use rope braids a lot because they're just fast for me. And I just generally like rope braids. Or I use English braids just because that's what the look was that I wanted for that style. But that doesn't mean you have to do it exactly like I did it. Like Kim, who was like, my pins were slipping. So she figured out a way that she added a clear hair tie and then anchored things to the hair tie. It worked. And it really did end up looking better than mine. But hey, that just means not only am I awesome, apparently some of y'all have been with me long enough that even when you look at one of my hairstyles and go, I'm going to have to adapt, you can adapt. You guys adapt all by yourselves, which tickles me. And I wish, I used to have tons of pictures saved on my old computer, but I used to have a gal that would pick apart my hairstyles, like I do like 3 or 4 different parts of it, and then she would send me in 3 pictures using all the different techniques that she worked into different hairstyles. Yes! She should have started, she might have started her own channel. I can't remember. Like I said, brain doesn't brain. Any hoodles, I just wanted to give a shout out to y'all for sending me in pictures because you know I love them. And I wanted to offer encouragement for those of you who look at a style and immediately say, nope, won't work. You try it. You try it and see. It might work, or maybe it won't work. But in the trying, you figure out something else that will work for you. It may not have been what you were starting with, but it could turn into something really cool. If you guys knew how many times the hairstyles I present to you started out of something completely different that I was trying, that I couldn't make work, and then just was like, well, I'll just do this instead. I think you would be really surprised. All right, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to take Cass up to Petco and get him a new harness because I have lost his somewhere. I have no idea where. I think I left it in West Virginia at Graham's because I cannot find it. And if it is in this house, then he'll just have a spare because Joe wants to take him to the cool walkie park that we have up the road. He took Daenerys last week, and she did very good and got to meet some geese and some other dogs, which she did really well with, so I'm so proud of her. But I want him to take Cass. Murphy doesn't want to go because Murphy doesn't like to go walkies. Murphy goes halfway through a walkie and then lays down, and then you have to carry him. Murphy needs a stroller. Might have to look into getting a stroller for Murphy for when we go walkies. Because after getting surgery, we were going walkies. I would like for my dogs to have much more exercise than me spinning around and throwing stuff in the yard and making them run like crazy. So, any hoodles, that's enough of my life. Thank you, ladies, for sending me pictures. It's awesome, and it makes me feel good. It's all about me. Any hoodles. I love you guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Until then, yeah, have a great day, great weekend, yada, yada, yada. Love you. Bye.